Howdy BrewTube, it's been a while since I last brewed, but I'm a complete procrastinator, and I finally just said it's time to go, it's time to build the mash tun and time to go all grain. So I think I'm ready. I watched enough YouTube videos and stuff, so pretty confident. I found on a website how to build this, and it took about 20 minutes or so. It was really easy. I got the cooler at Home Depot, but they were missing some of the fittings, so I went to Lowe's and they had everything I needed. Built it pretty quickly. So I covered up the Home Depot logo with the founder sticker, so I think it's appropriate. And what we are brewing today is this clone of this I found on the internet. So what we got here is we got 11 pounds of Mara solder, 10 ounces of Carafa Special. It said to use chocolate malt, but I think I'm going to try out Carafa Special since it's dehusked. And then we have 8 ounces of Crystal 120 and 10 ounces of Munich. It's supposed to use bouillon for 60 minutes, but they didn't have it at the store, so I got Northern Brewer. It's pretty close. And it's also Cascade at 30 minutes and then Bugle at 0 minutes. I got some Safe Ale US04, so I didn't feel like doing the starter this time. I just kind of threw everything together about 3 days before today, so I'm going to use the bottled water again. I think when I start doing stouts, when I do a stout, I might do the tap water, since it's really got a lot of minerals in it and stuff. Could be good. So yeah, the calculation said I should about heat up 15.9 quarts to about 168 or so. I think I'm going to shoot for 170, and then since the tun isn't heated, so yeah, we'll meet back here when I'm ready to mash in. I can't wait. Alright, it's about 168 in there, in this mash tun right now. Let me double check. Yeah, 168.4. This is the moment I've been waiting for I don't know how long. I got ice ready just in case. Ready. Alright. Let's mix this sucker up. Dough balls. Alright. We're looking good. I'll check the temperature in a second here. About 152.7. I'm going to throw a couple ice cubes in here and then we'll see how it goes. So yeah, I think I put too many ice cubes in. I only put 3 in. The first one didn't drop the temp that much, so I thought maybe that had an effect, but then put 2 more in, and then I checked the temperature. It was like 150.6 or something. Not what I was shooting for, but the recipe did say that I should shoot for 151, so I guess that's pretty good. I mean, this is my first all grain. There's going to be some problems, whatever. But yeah, I think that's pretty solid. I'm waiting an hour now. I got my timer set. So yeah, and then I'm going to boil up some water. I got to do 7 quarts of boiling water to mash out. And I'll get ready for that when I come to it. Yeah, well, I lost about 1 degree. Oh well. I'm going to do the mash. I got some water boiling here, and I'm going to hope I hit 168 or so. Thank goodness for 10-gallon mash tuns, because I wouldn't have been able to do that any other way. Alright, where's my stir? Alright. Oh, come on. $171, that's too high. I'll be right back. Okay, so I put 3 ice cubes in there and it came down to about 166, so I'm gonna say sweet. I'm gonna let it sit for 10 minutes and then I'm gonna do the vourlauf. I actually forgot to get a pitcher, so we're just gonna do it MacGyver style, I guess, if you want to say that. Alright, okay then, we got the, I did the vourlauf. I did about maybe 3/4 of a gallon. It ran pretty clear pretty quickly. That steel bread's pretty sweet, so. So yeah, I'm just running it off now at a decent speed. And then I've got this. This is the mat, or the sparge water right here, and it's at about 165 or something. So I'm just gonna wait for this to finish up before I finish heating the water up. So I think I'm gonna need it at maybe 170 or something, maybe 172. We'll see what the grain temp is. It can't be too bad. All right, I collected the first runnings. I got my fancy schmancy stick right here. Let's see what we got. Oh, I already did this, but let's just do it anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost 4.5 gallons or so. So, I mean, that's pretty freaking good, because I got 2.5 gallons for sparge water. So I should hit pretty damn close to the 7 gallons I wanted to get anyway. Pretty happy about that, but we'll see how it goes. I just got to measure out my hops and then make sure this is hot enough, and then we'll be good to go for the sparge. Sparge's pretty much finished now. I pulled a little bit off to see what my starting boil gravity would be, just to see if I did anything good. But it's actually in the freezer right now because I want to get it down to the point where my hydrometer actually read it correctly. Current grains looking pretty dry. So yeah, I better measure out my hops, and it's going to take a little bit for it to start boiling, but things are looking pretty promising right now. It smells really good. We're coming up to the hop rig now, and I took the gravity reading at about 86 degrees. My hydrometer's at 70 calculated, so I went online and I did a temperature correction, and it said that my pre-boil gravity was 1056. The brew target said that I would have a pre-boil gravity of 1052 with less wort. I have 7 gallons, and it told me that I should have 6.5 gallons. So I think I got a lot better efficiency than I hoped for. I went conservative, and then I said that I would go for 70%, so I probably got better than that. It's pretty good stuff. Right now I'm drinking a Hefeweizen, freaking delicious. Love this beer. I let it boil for about 20 minutes or so because of the higher volume of liquid, but I just dropped in the Northern Brewer recently. I got my timer going, so I know when to put in the Cascade, which has already been weighed out and ready to go. And then I got my USO4, which is sitting in a water bottle, because another lazy technique so you can keep it sanitized. So yeah, we'll see. Cascade at half hour. Alright, we're all done now. I put in the Cascade at 30 minutes, and then I put the whirl clock at 15. I just put the chiller in at the end with just after the foggles went in. But there was an incident. The hose clamp popped off the back side here, and I got sprayed with boiling water. It was kind of painful, but I'm alright. So I gotta just check that every time, I guess. We got. I started using star sand this time around. It'll probably go pretty well, keeping everything sanitized and everything. So this will probably take about a half hour or so to cool down, and then it'll be ready to pitch into the bucket. Alright, well, I don't have a strainer this time, so I'm not going to use an auto siphon for this. I'm just going to pour it all in. I hope I have a good amount of, probably have a lot more work than I thought I was going to get. But that's just something I'm going to have to deal with, isn't it? Yep. Definitely gonna need to blow off this son of a gun, because, God, do I even want to know how much fruit I have? Probably have 6 gallons in here. Whatever. More beer. I got better efficiency than I planned on. So, I'm going to take a gravity reading, and then I'm going to pitch the yeast soon. So, good deal. Looking good. Definitely has a great color to it. Alright, I pitched the yeast, and we are good to go. I got some star sand in a jug and, you know, usual stuff. I actually just got this freezer today. I went to Lowe's yesterday and I picked it up, or no, I ordered it, and then they delivered this the next day today. So I was really impressed with that. I got this temp controller about, I don't know, 5 weeks ago or something. I just wired it up today while I was brewing, and it looks like it's working pretty good. It's got a decent temperature inside here, so can't wait. I'm definitely going to start logging. I'm probably going to do some doppelbox or something soon, so I can't wait for that. It's going to be awesome. Overall, first all-grain brew day went pretty smoothly. I got about 10:58 for my final gravity, and I put the boil-off tube in there, or the blow-off tube, and it didn't blow off at all, which kind of surprised me. But I guess maybe in the future when I do my liquid yeast again, then maybe if I go conservative on the pitching rate and do a calculation online, then maybe I'll get, you know, less of an insane blow-off, as I've always gotten pretty much with anything I've used from White Labs. So I got about 74% efficiency according to Beersmith or Brew Target, whichever one you want to use. I use both to average out, but yeah, it's pretty good. The next brew day is going to be on 5th of May, which is National Homebrew Day, and the local homebrew supply and the homebrew club is going to be there. So we're going to do a mass brew day basically, and we're going to have a bunch of people there, and people can come out and learn how to brew if they want to. There's going to be an American Homebrewers Association porter contest due in the middle of June, I believe, and I'm going to brew a porter that day. So hopefully it goes good, and yeah, I'm gonna order some home brewing books, such as Designing Great Beers and a couple others, because I've used ebooks right now, and I think it's time that I pay my dues, or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I've got my IPA from the first time that I brewed here in Michigan, so still holding up, still smells like mangoes. Couldn't be more happy with it. Cheers.